everybody, it's Tiffany. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am 33 years old. Today is my birthday and I'm turning 33, and I feel like every year I kind of have this complex where I'm like not ready to turn the next year older, and it's not anything because of aging or like getting older or just the number. It's because I put a lot of like milestones and like expectations on myself, and if I haven't hit whatever my anticipated milestone is before that age, it just gives me so much anxiety. And this year is the first one that I've just felt like very free from it, and that is just so incredibly freeing just to not feel that this year. And I feel like I have hit some significant milestones for me this year. However, I feel like the reason why I'm happy with just everything is because I've really started investing in self-care, like not just, washing my face and doing my nails, which I need to do them today, but just even learning how to say no. Like, I always felt like I never felt comfortable telling people no. Like, if someone asked me to do something or asked if I could do something, I would just be like, yeah, I can, yeah, sure. Or even at work, if it was something that I know it was going to completely stress me out, I wasn't going to be able to do it or whatever, I'd be like, yeah, I can take on this, this, and that. And if it was anything that I felt was going to add stress to my life, I would just feel uncomfortable saying no. And I've just felt in the past few years that my stress levels got higher, my anxiety was like just came out of nowhere. I never had issues with like anxiety or anything. I still wouldn't consider it an issue, but I just felt anxious, and just less happy. And I feel like it was just because I just kept denying myself peace. I've intentionally been investing in my self-care, and I've been Maxine, I think her name is Maxine Walters, but I've been really on my reclaiming my time. If you haven't seen the clip of her speaking where she says, reclaiming my time, reclaiming my time, you have to see it. I literally have been living by that. Reclaiming my time, all 2020, all 2019, all 2018, all 2021. I just went back, but like that's how I want to be living. It's just reclaiming my time, because I feel like it's just a recipe for anxiety, depression, just never feeling like anything is good enough, feeling like you're constantly running a race, an imaginary race. It's just constantly, comparing yourself to others, having always another milestone. And that's the thing, is like when you're ambitious and you want more for yourself, it's kind of hard to not feel like you're constantly running a race. But I feel like there's a limit to it, and really we don't know how many years we have on this earth, so we don't want to be running the wrong race. You don't want to be stressing out and just being so anxious to accomplish things like on this earth that you can't take with you. Like, I want to do the best I can to create opportunities and leave more to my children and create a generational bounty of wealth, spiritual, mental, emotional, and financial, but not in the way that it's just gonna kill me. It's just like stress me out, and I don't have a full life. So yeah, so I think that like my birthday reflection this year is just kind of reeling everything in and just kind of figuring out how I can maintain that balance of being ambitious and wanting more and wanting to constantly branch out into different, not even industries, but just different lanes of income and exploring my passions, getting back into things that I've always enjoyed doing, like drawing and painting, and I'm that weird hybrid between a mathlete and an art student, both of which I was. I was really into art class, and I was also a mathlete, and I'm just like a mesh. I'm like a perfect mesh between the two. So really, sometimes sometimes it's hard to kind of just find a lane that satisfies both, which is kind of really why this channel exists right now, and why my blog exists, and why they do kind of have that weird, ironic, glamorous techie thing. It's because I've always kind of been an artsy person who likes math. So I think that the road I'm on I think it's the right one, and I just have to commit to it so that I can make it what I know it can be. And yeah, I think that's gonna be the challenge. I think over quarantine it was a lot easier. Like, if I'm honest with myself, it's very easy to embark on a new journey or a new like mission or new like business or whatever when you have so much time at the house. And then when you're back in the office and you're doing regular work and kind of life starts to pick up, the challenge is kind of staying committed to the other passions that you had that you were working on. So yeah, that's going to be my challenge for this next year, my year of 33. Just really focusing on not just what I'm doing in, you know, an occupational sense through like my job, but also like what am I doing for me? Something that I'm the owner of, something that's going to directly benefit me and me only, as well as my family, and give me fulfillment. So yeah, I didn't have like a route I really wanted to go with this video. It's just kind of, it's just kind of my reflection for this year, and hopefully just even talking to you guys, kind of just like you're, you know, just sitting across from me and you're my friend. Maybe it'll help someone, kind of, because sometimes I feel like a lot of people feel like this. You're kind of constantly trying to find that balance between trying to do better but also not giving yourself an anxiety attack by constantly putting unrealistic expectations on yourself. And I think that even for myself, I knew that they were realistic expectations. So if I didn't meet those expectations, I can be so hard on myself that it would just completely obliterate me if I couldn't meet them, because I've always felt like I could do so much, but like I can just be so scatterbrained, like that I won't meet the mark. And then I'm just extremely disappointed in myself because I know I can do it. So, but at the same time, I feel like it's a form of self-discipline to be able to become more self-aware. And that's another thing that I really had to kind of get into, is my self-awareness. Like, realize that just because I'm living doesn't mean I really know myself. And I have to become more self-aware, understand the different aspects of my personality, and set goals according to that, knowing that I'm typically going to follow this route and I'm typically going to do these things, and I have a family and I have other responsibilities. So to not create unrealistic expectations from realistic ones. So at the advice of a friend, I'd started journaling. I stopped because like a lot of things, I'll start something and then completely fall off the wagon. But I started journaling, and I wish I had it with me, but I said in 2020, I didn't have like a resolution. I just said I wanted this to be my year of self-care. I wanted to, what did I say? Better my health, better my family, better my mind, and bettering my health was my fitness. I wanted to make sure that I stayed on top of my fitness, just for health reasons, as well as confidence. I feel like sometimes we can give others what we also need to give ourselves, which is love and dedication and commitment. And I feel like sometimes we can get, as women, especially in moms, you're so outwardly loving and pouring out all the time that we can neglect ourselves, and then we turn around and find ourselves looking in the mirror like lacking confidence. And I feel like we kind of take it away from ourselves. So I saw a meme, and that's like my saying of 2020 is I saw a meme, but I think it said something like, I found confidence and I'll never take it away from myself again. It was something like that, but it was just kind of like a man in the mirror moment, where instead of saying, well, I'm a mom and I'm, I got responsibilities, I have kids, it was really kind of taking on responsibility in a new form of, don't take confidence away from yourself. You need to make time for you also. You're no less important. It makes you a better mother, makes you a better wife or friend or whatever. When you're taking care of yourself, you can't keep emptying out of a well and no one's filling it. Or pouring out of a well and it not being adequately filled. So that was bettering my health, bettering my family. I wanted to be more intentful with the time that I spent with my children, especially because I felt like sometimes we would get up and we were just running. We were on a race to get in that car so we can get to work. And then when I'm getting off, either my husband have the kids and we get home, or try to get food, and everything is so pass and go, or touch and go, or I don't know, it's just, you're not really sitting and engaging in a relationship during the week. At least I didn't feel like it. It felt like everything was so quick and so, trying to get things done, and then we're eating dinner, and then we gotta make sure the kids don't mess up, so they need to go right upstairs and get in the shower so I can sweep up the floor. And everything was so methodical, and really it was like that until quarantine hit, or COVID hit. And it just felt so like you miss so much time. And in those times, that's when daycare providers know more about your child's little nuances than you do. And I just didn't like that. I really didn't like that. And I wanted to be more intentful instead of using the weekend just to rest and okay, everybody, let's have quiet time. We're gonna do an activity, but then we're gonna, I just need to rest. I wanted to be more intentful with the time that we had together, because once again, you don't know when your last days are. So, and then I wanted to, I think it was better my mind. So I wanted to, I had some job goals that I was able to meet, but I also wanted to learn a different language. I've always been interested in speaking a different language, just because I was so, I don't know if everyone's like this, but I just feel like it's not enough to just know one language. I feel like Spanish is a language that's widely used. French would just be cool to know. Honestly, it just sounds pretty. But I feel like it's just not enough to learn one, or just to know one language in this day and age. So I just feel like I need to know two languages. That's just in my mind. And Spanish supposedly is one of the easiest languages to learn. I took Spanish for 2 years in high school. Remember phrases here and there. I know some Selena songs, but I would love to know Spanish. So I have not met that goal, but the year is not over. So I want to kind of continue with just churning everything instead of milestones that I have to hit this year or while I'm this age, just kind of invoking a way of thinking instead. So better your mind, better your family, better your health. And that's just all 2020, all 33 and 34 and 35 and so on. And I feel like that's just so much more freeing, it's so much more satisfying, and it's just better because I'm doing things to better myself. And yeah, I don't know. So I'm probably going to schedule this video to post on Friday, July 3rd. That is my birthday. And I'll probably be at the beach, and yeah. So thank you for watching my birthday reflection, and hopefully there were just some things in there that would even help you if you're kind of just like me and you just wanted to have a little bit of kind of like a reel-in moment just for yourself. I think today I'm actually going to have a real like self-care day. So I'm gonna wash my face. I've got my facial steamer back there, and I'm gonna do some masks, gonna do my nails, do body scrub, and I want to buy a book. I love read. I used to read all the time. Like I used to always be in a book, but I'm so sick of staring at screens that I want an actual book. So I'm probably going to buy one. I don't know if you know any really good books. Like the books I like to read, for reference, I loved The Hunger Games. I was a doubter of Twilight for several years, and then I read one book and then kept reading all of them. So I did read all of those Twilight books. I started reading the Maze Runner series. I read, what did I read? Oh my gosh, I used to read Frank Peretti books. Frank Peretti was my jam for years. Like when I was a kid, look, yeah, Frank Peretti, I used to read all those books. Water for Elephants, so many, there's so many. And I'm leaving out like the best books, but I just can't even think of them right now. But if you know some good ones, post them below. I think I'm just gonna cut it off here because I might film another one today. I'm not really sure. But thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you have a great day, and just take care of yourself, and because nobody else is going to take care of you. And 90% of people who aren't your friends and family are going to just drink from your well and not feel it. So you have to make sure you're feeling it. So I'm not a therapist, I'm not a counselor, I'm not an expert. I can just say what, you know, is on my heart and how I feel, and you can take it or leave it, but I just had to say it. So once again, thank you for watching my video. If you haven't subscribed already, just hit the subscribe button, support my channel. I will be back very soon with another video. I hope you have a great one. Bye.